Hello students, welcome to our Mathematics Student Support Program for Grade 8. Our chapter for today is Statistics. This chapter has been divided into 3 parts. For today, we are going to look at part 1. So you will recall that in grade 7, you had already learned how to collect, classify, and tabulate statistical data, how to construct and use frequency tables, how to construct and use pictograms, how to interpret data in pictograms, how to construct and use bar charts, and how to interpret data in bar charts. Now, in grade 8, you will learn how to draw and interpret pie charts, solve problems from information given on a pie chart, calculate the mean, mode, and median of a discrete set of raw data. So, in the first part of this chapter, that is in today's lesson, you will learn about pie charts, namely how to interpret pie charts. Let us look at some real-life examples of pie charts. In fact, pie charts can be seen very often in newspapers or in magazines. They are used to give information about some particular situations. So here you have an example of pie chart regarding the pet ownership. You also have an example on the favorite type of movie. You will notice that here, in both cases, you have the different sectors represented in percentage. Whereas in the third case, the different sectors are represented in terms of degrees, angles. So what is a pie chart? A pie chart, which is also known as pie graph, consists of a circle which is divided into various sectors. And each sector will represent a proportion of the whole set of your data, what we call the statistical data. So let us look at how we are going to interpret information given on pie charts. We consider the first example. There are 540 boys attending Saint-Pierre SSS. The given pie chart represents the number of boys who prefer to play football, volleyball, basketball, and handball. So the information has already been given on your pie chart. The questions are, firstly, calculate the angle x. Second part, what fraction of the boys prefer to play football? Third part, find the number of boys who prefer to play handball. And fourth part, find the ratio of the number of boys who prefer to play basketball to the number of boys who prefer to play volleyball. So let us have a look at the solution. The first part was to calculate the value of x. You will recall that the pie chart is in the form of a circle and the sum of angles in a circle is 360 degrees. This means that the sum of all the angles in the pie chart will be equal to 360 degrees. That is 60 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 45 degrees plus x is equal to 360 degrees. So x is going to be 360 degrees minus the 3 angles, 60 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 45 degrees. So you have x equal to 360 degrees minus 195 degrees, which gives us 165 degrees. Now the second part, we need to find the fraction of boys who prefer to play football. If we look at the pie chart, we can see that the angle representing the sector football is 45 degrees. So the fraction of boys who prefer to play football will be 45 degrees over the total, that is over 360 degrees. And if I reduce this fraction to its lowest term, I will have 1/8. So the fraction of boys who prefer to play football is 1/8. Now the third part. I need to find the number of students who will play handball. We know that 360 degrees will represent 540 boys. So 1 degree will be 540 over 360 boys. And for 60 degrees, it's going to be 540 over 360 times 60 boys, which gives us 90 boys. So the number of boys who prefer to play handball is 90. Now the next part. To find the ratio of the number of boys who prefer to play basketball to the number of boys who prefer to play volleyball. Let us look at the angles representing these two different games. For basketball, we have an angle of 90 degrees, whereas for volleyball, we have the angle X, which was in fact 165 degrees. So the ratio will be 90 degrees to 165 degrees. Now, if I reduce this ratio to its lowest term, I will have 6:11. Now we look at a second example. The pie chart shows Dia's spending for the month of January. Use the data on the pie chart to answer the following questions. On what item did Dia spend the least amount of money? On what item for part B did Dia spend the most amount of money? Part C, what percentage of the month spending was on books and stationeries? Part D, if Dia spent a total of 3,600 rupees on gifts, how much did she spend on food? So let us look at the solution. Part A, I need to find on what item did Dia spend the least amount of money. So we look at the given pie chart. We can see that food represents the smallest sector, 40 degrees. So Dia will spend the least amount of money on food because it is the smallest sector. And part B, on what item did Dia spend the most amount of money? So the largest sector is books and stationeries. So she will spend the most amount of money on books and stationeries. Part C, what percentage of the month spending was on books and stationeries? So we need to find the angle representing books and stationeries. Remember, I said that for a pie chart, the sum of angles is 360 degrees. So the angle representing books and stationeries will be 360 degrees minus the three other angles, that is 90 degrees plus 60 degrees plus 40 degrees. So I get 170 degrees as the angle representing books and stationeries. Now the percentage of the month spending on books and stationeries will be 170 degrees over the total, that is 360 degrees, times 100%. And after simplification, I get 47/2/9%. Part D, if Dia spent a total of 3,600 rupees on gifts, how much did she spend on food? So the angle representing gift is 90 degrees. This means that 90 degrees represent 3,600 rupees. 1 degree will represent 3,600 rupees over 90. And to find how much she spent on food, that is 40 degrees, I will have 3,600 over 90 times 40. That is 1,600 rupees. So Dia spent 1,600 rupees on food. So friends, here are some links for you to get some additional practice on interpreting information given pie charts. You also have some exercises for you to practice. So you have a first question. The following pie chart illustrates the sale of food and drinks at Valentina SSS during the month of February. So you have your pie chart. Use the data on the pie chart to answer the following questions. Part A. Express the number of cupcakes sold as a percentage of the total number of items sold. Part B. Express the number of bottles of water sold as a fraction of the total number of items sold. Part C. Did bottles of water or pancakes sell more? Give a reason for your answer. Part D. What is the ratio of the number of paninis sold to the number of pancakes sold? Give your answer in its simplest form. If the number of paninis sold was 22, how many fruits were sold? This is for part E. A second question. The pie chart shows the amount of money spent on different items every month for a particular family. Study the pie chart below and answer the questions. So you have your pie chart. Part A. What is the angle that represents bills in the pie chart? Part B. What is the fraction of money spent on rent? Part C. What percentage of money is spent on food? Part D. What is the ratio of money spent on clothing to savings? And part E. Given that 12,000 rupees was spent on rent, find the total amount of money spent for 1 month. So friends, in this video, we have learned how to interpret data given in a pie chart. In the next video, you will learn how to draw a pie chart. So friends, until next time, it's goodbye from me.